Hi, team. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video update, so I first want to start off by saying thank you, thank you, thank you for being part of our team. I am always appreciative of each and every one of you, especially when I talk to other PACE leaders and see what's going on in other industries and in other organizations. You know, as part of the PACE 2.0 National Learning Collaborative that our Muskegon site is participating in, I learned just yesterday that practically every PACE in our country is struggling with the very same issues as we are. How and when do we return to full day center services? How to interpret CDC guidelines and state guidelines or governor's orders when they conflict? How to help all of our teams with COVID fatigue and continuing to ask people to do home care more than they're used to? How to keep participants healthy and happy and functioning when there are so many people who are anxious to get back to the way things used to be, and how to help the public understand the importance of vaccinations and still protecting vulnerable elders. So, fortunately, though, unlike many of those PACEs, Life Circles has not seen a lot of voluntary disenrollments by our participants. And I think this is directly because of each of you and the way you relate to them and care for them, and the fact that they trust you and they know that they're going to be cared for well. So, although none of this has been easy and it's still not easy, you are making the absolute best of a very crappy situation, and I and our board of directors greatly appreciate it. We had a board meeting last night, and they did want me to pass along their gratitude and their respect for each of you and their pride of being involved in such a wonderful organization. So, what's happening with COVID and what's happening with what we're hearing from the state? You'll be receiving an email from Heidi with details, but essentially the state is looking at lifting some of the more restrictive requirements for indoor activities and mask wearing. And as you know, we follow the CDC and MDHHS guidelines and requirements. And we were all hoping for more clarification this week on how the changes that have been discussed will impact us as a PACE organization. Well, in reviewing all the available information and consulting with Trinity Health and Spectrum Health and UMRC in Porter Hills, we will continue to require mask wearing and social distancing when we are indoors. However, our state's vaccination rates are climbing, and I highly encourage anyone who hasn't yet been vaccinated to please get vaccinated. It's easier than it has ever been, and it's now approved for anyone that's 12 or older. I am very happy that we are making progress as a community and as a nation. And please keep in mind that not every country is as fortunate as we are. My son, who lives in Thailand, told me that there still has been no mention at all of vaccines in that country for anyone. So, please be on the lookout for an email from Heidi Grass with the details about remote work and what we have in store for June 1st. And also, I'm happy that we're going to be celebrating Memorial Day next week, so I look forward to seeing those of you who I'll be able to see. And now, as a special addition to my video update, please take a few more minutes to hear from our incredible marketing specialist, Sarah Milanowski, on some important new developments. Thanks, and have a great weekend.
Here's a quick update on where we've been with PACE 2.0 lately. I know many of you across the IDT and across the larger team have worked with Kelly or Amy or your supervisor on testing some new ideas. We recently were asked to speak to the National PACE Collaborative to share what we've been doing because we've done so many tests of change that the National PACE Association thought other PACE programs in PACE 2.0 could learn some things from us. So thank you for all of your work. We've tested a lot of ideas and we've had some great ideas from team members across the board. So thank you for sharing those ideas, whether they be with Kelly or Amy or myself. or through that survey, that random survey that gets sent out monthly if you're a part of that. Thank you for sharing your great ideas and your feedback. It's been really helpful. Um, we actually had someone who took the time to write a sort of in-depth response to one of those surveys, and it was feedback that we took to heart. That person said that, it seems like the only time we ever really hear from marketing, myself, is when I am encouraging or asking people to share the story of Life Circles. And it's kind of confusing not to know what sort of other things marketing is doing to get the word out for Life Circles. So I thought I would share a little bit about some of the things that we're doing. Um, so recently we updated our website. If you haven't visited it, check it out. It's just the back end of your email address. Um, we now have a questionnaire on the website where people who are just sort of browsing and wondering if Life Circles is a fit for them can answer some simple questions and learn whether or not they might be eligible for the program. So that's exciting. And then we also have a referrals tab on our website for the first time. And all of that information that someone submits to us feeds into our new software system for our marketing and enrollment team so that we can follow up when people contact us um, and see if the program might be a good fit for them. So that's very exciting. Since we launched that new website, I believe in January, we have quadrupled the number of inquiries that we've gotten from our website that almost we'd ever gotten before. So that's a big deal. We also did a test of change with Alicia. Thank you, Alicia. With Alicia and Amy, rolling Amy's phones over to Alicia when Amy was in a meeting or doing a home visit. That way, the person got a live call, a live person on the other end instead of Amy's voicemail. We were able to capture some more information and more callers. We think the experience was better for the people calling us for the first time. And we also noticed that Alicia asking a few questions to understand when the best time would be to call them back was able to help Amy prioritize her time and get to people faster than before. So I'm very excited. With the support of operations, we will be creating a new position at Life Circles. It will be a phone enrollment coordinator that's going to help us screen callers that are interested in the program across both locations, so for Holland and Muskegon. And that person will help us make sure we're communicating who we are, screening someone, giving them valuable information and resources if we're not the right fit, and then also setting them up for success for our enrollment coordinators to go out and meet with them. We think it will help the process from the end user quite a bit. So that's very exciting. We also realized through some of these PDSAs that the marketing role that we've had has really, we've expected that role to be able to do a little bit of everything at all times and learn lots of different things. And some of those things are just things that, quite frankly, I'm not an expert in, but we've tried. Well, going through all that process, we've realized that we can partner with an outside entity that is more of an expert in that area, just like we do with Pioneer Resources or with AgeWell. We don't reinvent the wheel. We partner with someone who already knows how to do that. So I'm also excited to let you know that we are partnering with a marketing firm called 834 Integrated Communications. And they are helping us right now to set a new strategy for our marketing and communications to better get the word out about the program. So in probably the coming month, I would expect to see a survey from myself with the help of 834 so that we can get a real good understanding of where we are and the reasons people contact us and the reasons they choose to join the program and stay in the program. We are also doing some online search ads, some Facebook ads, some print advertisements, and continuing to meet with lots of different organizations and people in our service areas to explain the program. We're also in the works of doing some other interesting things that I think we'll share some more details about in the coming week. So that's a quick update of where we've sort of been with PACE 2.0 and the PDSAs. I think the really exciting thing is that for the first time in quite some time, in April, we grew our program by 3 new participants, which was the first time we'd done it since the summer of 2019. So that is huge, all in the midst of a pandemic, right? Um, Also, then this past month in May, we were able to enroll 8 new participants and we netted, so our census grew by 7 participants. That is a great big deal. So I applaud everyone for all the work that you're doing, and I thank everyone for their flexibility in trying these new ideas. It is definitely a different experience, especially in this time of COVID when we are all tired. So thank you. Keep going. Hopefully, we'll get some more positive updates from me in the future. And I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks.